Where's the best place to find investors? Where are these people hiding? I'm going to give you a very, very simple answer to a very complicated question. And the answer is they're everywhere. Investors are everywhere. Now, if you're looking for the super high net worth people, those people go to certain places. There aren't all that many of them. But if you're looking for retail investors that are going to invest somewhere between $50,000 and let's say $500,000 a person, those people are everywhere. And you just have to get in the habit of talking to people and engaging them in a way that gets them to tell you that there's somebody that might participate in a deal that you're working on. So for example, I have met these kinds of people in bars, restaurants, sports bars in Las Vegas, on elevators, escalators. I mean, I've met them everywhere. You just have to get in the habit of talking to people. And you don't start by asking them, do they want to invest in your deal? What you might do is you might engage in some kind of conversation with somebody and ask them what they do. And they'll be polite and they'll ask you what you do. And you might say that you run a fund, or you syndicate real estate, or you invest in real estate. Or you may say something that creates a little more curiosity, like, I help investors make more money. And they might say something like, well, what do you mean? How does that work? Or tell me more. Now, if the person changes the subject after you tell them that you help investors make more money, if they change the subject and say, hey, by the way, I'm going to Milwaukee next week. Do you know what the weather is? If that happens, then clearly they're not interested, and do not continue the conversation asking them if they're interested in anything that you're talking about. But if they say to you, you know what, that's something I might be interested in, how do I get involved in that kind of deal? Then that's somebody that you want to talk to further. I will tell you that this is a really good soft sell business. If you press too hard, people are going to be put off by that. If you're too aggressive, they're going to be put off by that. It's going to create a sense of desperation, and nobody is going to be attracted to that. You want to make sure that you put out there what you do, and you play volleyball. You throw the ball over the net, and if the person catches it and they throw it back, then you've got somebody that wants to play ball. If they don't throw it back, don't keep playing. So these people, they're from every walk of life. Many people have extra resources that they're looking to put to work in the best way that they can. They're also frequently looking to diversify their portfolios. They probably have 60 or 70 or 80% of it with a stockbroker, which is what they probably should have. And then they want to expose the rest of their portfolio to other assets like real estate and some of the alternatives that we work in. So when you talk to these people and you say, we buy distressed houses, we build apartment buildings, we build shopping centers, industrial parks, whatever it is, that person might just say to you, hey, this is something that's interesting. So the answer is, these people are everywhere. The more that you get in the habit of talking to them, the better likelihood you're going to have of finding them. Sometimes I use the analogy of the yellow car. How often do you see a yellow car? You don't see it that often. But when I ask you to start looking for a yellow car, you're going to find that you start seeing yellow cars on the freeway almost every single day. The investors are out there. You just have to start looking for them. And when I say investors, I'm talking about passive investors that are going to give you cash, and you go do the work as the active investor. So get in the habit of talking to everyone everywhere you meet. Get in the habit of writing them down, writing down their name, put them on some kind of a list with their email, drip on them, stay in touch with them, don't lose contact. And you might even ask them, hey, listen, if we found some deals or we put something together, if we're ready to take some cash from you, what would the range of dollars be that you might invest? It's not a commitment, but you might mark down on your spreadsheet kind of what their range is. Are these 50 to 100s? Are these 100 to 200s? Are these 250 plus? Where are these people on the scale? And by knowing that, then you'll be able to reach out to them at the time that's right and talk to them in the right way. So it's an art form. It's somewhat old-fashioned selling, but it's also using some of the new tools, the digital technologies that we have to stay in touch and do a better job of creating a relationship than we could have done 30 years ago. So do those things. It's going to work out. This is not quick. It takes a long time, but at the same time, you're going to be in this business for a long time. And as you do it more and more, it becomes second nature to you. So this is just a great business. Now go out and stake your claim.